am hoping to see something today.
So what we do have here, though, Slasher, is it's a long time coming. We do have the map draft up, and Metatrone has immediately dashed the hopes and dreams of everyone watching the tournament as Route 66 has gone down in flames. FBI, of course, taking out Hanamura and Temple of Anubis. And just to comment on what you mentioned, it's really great to see these players from the older games really getting into the game. And I think you had mentioned to me before, it was sort of those things I kept mum about for a while, that, hey, these people are getting in the Overwatch. They are leveling up in the shadows, and we might see them at some point in the future. So even it's a little bit unfortunate that it might not be too familiar with the new patch, but definitely excited to see what they bring today.
Yeah, me too. Also, just for those of you who don't know, Zoc is equal to 04. You have had some players and other teams change their names a little bit, like Mufu on Quake Fortress is Avek. Unsure why, but Zoc has always been another alias for 04 for a long time. Yeah, what do the maps come to now? Do you have a link for this?
I do have a note. You can go to OW Draft, and usually any draft that's on, if you don't have a direct link, will still be on there in terms of what maps are. Like, it's Metatrone versus FBI.
Yes, I see.
But generally, pretty standard bans here. King of the Hill maps, gang ban, left, right, center. Li Jiang's still up, though. So if FBI doesn't take out Li Jiang, we could have Li Jiang in the map pool coming up here. Dorado, Hollywood, Nambani, Li Jiang all remain. All very standard maps. In fact, we've been seeing a lot more of Li Jiang as a King of the Hill map in recent times. Before it was sort of the black sheep, but now I think we've actually been seeing a little bit more than the pollen average. And down goes Hollywood. So FBI opting to keep Li Jiang Tower in the map pool, and we very well could see it in the set.
Well, gotta love that new King of the Hill meta, which is otherwise known as God Comp, or some people call it quote-unquote Cancer Comp, or as the Asians call it, Mad Dog. Now is added in a Torbjorn into the mix, into the King of the Hill maps. Hasn't really broken up the meta too much. At least we saw IDDQD run it several times yesterday. So I don't think the American teams are quite at that same level of meta yet, and I don't know how much we'll see it, but I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, apparently there's been talk that American teams are really favoring the Zarya play in general right now as well, just in terms of switch. EU still staying a little bit more standard, more Zarya coming out of NA, and which is interesting because, I mean, Zarya is pretty good. I'm not sure if she's worth Aram running her as much as they are, but I mean, we'll just have to see. We see these changes come in for sometimes good reasons, sometimes bad reasons. I mean, case in point with Torbjorn suddenly coming in on the EU side of things, where it's like, hey, we got Torbjorn offense now. I don't think any particular change necessarily spurred that in. It's just they realized at some point, hey, we can run this and it works. So it looks like we will be going to Dorado for our first map here today.
Do you know what Metatrone likes to run?
I'm actually not too familiar with Metatrone. I think I've seen them they've been in a few of our weekly tournaments for EU, but I haven't really caught them. I think they've gone out a lot of times in either round of 16 or round of 8. So I'm not as familiar with their gameplay all in all.
I've been able to watch some of the scrims last maybe few days to week or two as the balance changes have gone through. I have seen, you are right, Zarya a good amount for North American teams. Double Zarya has come out also a few times. It feels like Winston is also now back in a big way in the meta, especially on Route 66. I've seen at least, if not two Winstons, double Winston on that map a few times. So I think because of the way the Zenyatta has been changed and the Orb is no longer there, yeah, you can have a combination like Internet Hulk and Pluppy, I think, yesterday, who push up really far all the way in New Bonnie and just try to camp spawns. And I still think we'll see that type of play, but because of it's going to require Zen to play aggressive and not be able to sit back, we're gonna have the tanks come back into play. And Zarya with her buff, and now with, I mean, I don't know if the intention for the shields and to give her the buff was just to make her anti-Genji, and then later on the Zenyatta patch came, and that was really to address the comp to begin with. But all it's done is put Zarya, it feels like, right back into #1 off-tank position and right there with Reinhardt on what you want to do. Even though Reinhardt, I think, far and away is now back again to the top spot of default.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for Reinhardt to stay out of it for too long. Just, I mean, his ability for a shield to buy time for people to move in, really shield you. Also from Widowmaker and all the rest. I mean, that's one thing that doesn't get brought up as much now, but we're seeing a lot more of Widow play in general. Just the people are getting more comfortable with her, I think, hitting higher accuracy shots, and also just realizing where she can be played. So, when people run these tankless comps, you see more Widowmaker coming in, which means, wait a second, if we run a Reinhardt, maybe we're not going to get picked off as badly, and, have more room to position. So we are getting into first map here, Dorado. Hopefully I haven't crashed. This is always one of those scary... welcome to the world of spectating here. This happens often.
I've noticed.
I don't know why it happens. It's just sort of a thing that... it's always on the spectators, too. The players are fine.
Yeah, no, it is always spectators. You get kicked out maybe half the time when you join a game. Yep. Hopefully, now that I reconnect, it'll automatically put me back in the game.
Yeah, I think we are getting back in the game.
All right. I got a penalty.
A penalty? Wait, really? You got a penalty for leading a custom game?
No, I got it before.
All right. Well, I mean, that would have been a good scapegoat. Be like, look, I'm not leaving normal games. I'm just getting penalized for shoutcasting and getting kicked. Blizzard, fix your stuff. But taking a look at the FBI side, we got Zoc on Reinhardt, Brick on the McCree, Rafa on... of course he's on Pharah. Yeah. All Mental on Lucio, Clock on Mercy, and Li Jiang round things out on the Widowmaker.
And actually to say the only thing surprising me is that 0-4 has been relegated to tank mode, and the 2 DPS players, they have 3 DPS, is actually going to be Lethal, Brick, and Rafa. 0-4 not going to play main DPS. We've seen that a little bit with some of the old school players switching to support tank positions.
Well, I mean, in the end, if you're making a game or a team with a whole bunch of old school players, someone has to play tank or support. Not everyone can be the hero. So at some point, it's like, okay, we're going to do this. So take a look. We see the offense of Metatrone starting to move their way up. Genji actually stuck in a corner here right now, getting chased down by McCree. But look at this. Offensive McCree Suyuki. 2 kills for him so far as he moves up. Brick right now trying to counter McCree him. Is going to decide to back up instead. All Mental in trouble. Is going to get taken out. Suyuki absolutely on fire to start this game. Moving forward is going to take out Brick. And Metatrone looking super strong to start out so far.
Yep, full white. Not even remotely close on the first point. I'd say pretty standard comps for what you would see kind of the middle of the pack teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing too innovative.
One thing of note here is that we're not seeing the Zenyatta with the Genji play coming out of Metatrone. They're opting for more traditional supports in Lucio and Mercy, no Zen. Still running the Genji though, and still getting decent value so far. Taking a look at Milky. Milky going the back, has Rafa in his sights, not able to connect with the other 2 shots. Rafa gonna counter poke a little bit and run the other way.
Yeah. I mean, I do kind of really expect this to be a tough time for the American team. You know, it's on American server, and there's a lot of legends. They are, you know, relatively new, all playing together in a tournament setting. So I think it's gonna be tough.
Yep, so taking a look at here at the defense of FBI as they try and stabilize a bit. We see the cart moving up, Reinhardt on top of it. 3 players pushing it, so they're getting maximum speed. Rafa singing in the back, shooting off rockets. Zoc in the front line as Reinhardt. Both teams starting to trade off, and we'll see if FBI can reverse course here a little bit. Brick does have a Deadeye up. They'll probably need a little bit more, and look at that. Milky caught unawares by Rafa. Rafa will get the kill. Rafa now going in on the back, has Sirius in his sights. Will potentially test this, but no, has to reload. That reload going to be a little bit costly. Nice midair, though, out of Rafa. And Metatron going to get pushed back at least a little bit here.
Yeah, all right. They win a team fight. FBI wins a team fight.
All right, so we do see sound barrier coming out here from the defense. It's All Mental's sound barrier. Trying to secure things a little bit more. Rafa able to take out Nas. So Rafa doing a good job now, getting a little bit more into a groove, taking out supports in the back. Takes out Tack as well. So Rafa perhaps finding his moment here in the streets phase of Dorado.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to see how much of Genji we'll see from now on without there being Zenyatta or Symmetra beside it. It almost feels like it doesn't really work in the great comp with Lucio or Mercy.
Yeah, I mean, Zenyatta is one of those here. He's great, but Genji's one of those peers that's great, but without the Zenyatta sustain, it's a little bit harder to get work done. Now take a look at this. Rafa has a barrage up. He's getting in on the back. I think we could see barrage aim on. Barrage does come out for Rafa. Gets a double kill so far. That's 4 kills for FBI. And now, yeah, they really are pushing back Metatrone. Metatrone having trouble getting through the streets phase, and Serial's the last one remaining. Gonna have to run away here.
Yeah, another good hold. They're keeping the ults rather close. Can't blow all the ults on each team fight, obviously, as you'll lose the next one. This choke is always, I mean, this choke is talked about a lot. It's pretty good to hold because of, you know, the only way to go is all the way around the back, and then if you go that way, it's an extra 20-30 seconds, and then if you die, you lose on all that spawn time, so...
No, we do have a Dragon Blade coming out from Tak going in, has Genji, or has Ekline in his sight, Suyuki able to get a triple kill as well off his Deadeye, so down goes McCree, down goes Widow, a full wipe now in favor of Metatron. They're able to get through the Streets phase off a good Deadeye and good Dragon Blade. So good ult coordination coming up from them. They're able to move forward. And now we're going to see what FBI has up their sleeve in defending here in the back.
All you need is one Dragon Blade, man. Hitboxes are huge. You go, you slide in, you kill 5 people, you get out. It's easy.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that where Genji actually got buffed when he got his health back, because Dragon Blade wasn't changed. It's still the same as it's always been. It's always had good DPS.
Yep. Insane.
So, right now we do have the offense moving forward. Milky with a great pick on the Rafa, able to just eradicate him there. So now Rafa's down. Rafa being a big core of the FBI defense so far, and now Metatrone perhaps in a good spot here. Let's see if Milky can add on to that. Zoc and Elemental, though, able to get a pick or 2 of their own for the FBI side. Now 4 kills for FBI, and Metatrone might have to back up a bit here.
Yeah, that's still a good res, though. As long as they can push the cart as far as they can.
Yeah, the Resurrect definitely helps to bring things back up. But the interesting thing I think about res as time goes on is that a lot of times, unlike Beta 1 where people would mercy res and it would just be, they would turn the fight immediately, you have situations now where you res and, you know, your team just dies again because of the range. And nice shots from Li. Li with the double kill, takes out the Widow, takes out the Genji. Li definitely on point here on the last point. Although it's interesting because a lot of times teams won't even run a Widow on the last point, not really favoring the sight lines that you get from it.
Yeah, though, I mean, I really have seen what feels like a little bit of a difference in the top tier of the EU and NA meta, because IDDQD has been running things for so long, and they've always had a pretty varied, you know, composition, but of course running what's been good lately. It feels like because they're always on top, and the other European teams have been trying to counter that, the Americans haven't had that same. It feels like Cloud9 is the one that plays most similar to IDDQD, especially having with good Genji players.
We have a barrage coming in from Rafa on the back. It's 2 kills off that barrage with a rocket follow-up. Serial's going to go down. So it's 4 kills now for FBI. Milky now in trouble. Milky actually switching off that Widow to a Junkrat. Not going to help him as Rafa goes absolutely nutty on that point. But yeah, I agree. IDDQD definitely has a unique effect on the EU meta just because those teams have to play against IDDQD so darn often. I think, not to say that the NA teams don't play against IDDQD, but I think you're right in that they do have sort of a sweeping effect on the meta.
I mean, it feels like IDDQD, of course, they do like to have different compositions from this, and we've seen a variety of things, but here we go.
Yep, Sambera coming in from the offense, moving in very quickly. Zarya not close to a Graviton Surge Bar, but take a look at Suzuki. Suzuki has really gone off in this game so far. He's able to take out Doctor. Rafa, though, 2 kills in the back. 3 kills now for Rafa. Rafa, again, acting as the heart of that defense. He will go down to Suzuki, but he's going to get resurrected back up immediately and goes, hey, McCree, you just killed me? I'm going to kill you. So Rafa, again, saving FBI and really showing us some top-tier fair play.
Yep, it's a stronghold. Been here for about 2.5 minutes now. I think we're finally going to see a little bit of a change. Now, finally, Winston coming in. Probably try to jump on Li.
Yeah, Winston, it's one of those things where you sort of see when teams get frustrated, they're not able to go through stuff. You'll still see teams bring out the Winston. I think it's just one of those things where, you know what, it's not as expected to switch up at times. It's good for gang on the back line, and it's just pure disruption even after the nerfs.
And just as I say that, Li changes from Sniper to Reaper. He might be not quick enough, though.
Yeah, there's already 2 kills for FBI as they come in. Rafa, with the barrage, doesn't actually get the kills he's looking for there. It's going to get taken by Suzuki. And man, Suzuki has been on point so far this game. Multiple kills coming out for both sides. I'm not sure if the offense has the momentum they need. We do have a Resurrect coming out for the offense, getting Reinhardt back up. Metatron right now going in, looking for the kill. Suzuki able to take out Brick. Multiple kills for Suzuki so far, looking for the Reinhardt as well. And really just going off. Deadeye is out now for Suzuki, not able to get an extra kill off it. FBI streaming back in. Kill is definitely in favor of Metatrone here, though, as
no one
FBI.
gets on the cart. You have Rafa flying above, and I think the Lucio to the side, and no one gets on it, and the map is over. That's pretty sloppy at the end.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen a lot to teams, even some of the better teams, where they'll just be in the middle of it. They think that, for whatever reason, everyone thinks that the card is covered, so you have a case where no one gets on the card and it ends earlier where you could have squeezed out, even if it was a losing battle, you know, another 10, 15 seconds perhaps. Here's a play game from Rafa. That was a good, it didn't actually show the double mid-air on the Junkrat then, but it was still some nice fair play coming out from him, which I'm sure warms your heart because every time I run into you in a pub, you're always on Farah.
Yes, yes, I am. I mean, it's a character. It's the closest to my heart.
Yeah, and it would also warm Hexagrams' heart too. He's a big Pharah fan, but as you know, the Comcast Nation attacked and left him for dead. So, rip the Hexagrams on this Easter Sunday.
Rafa's been playing a lot of McCree, a lot of Soldier. I mean, Pharah, of course, too. I was almost expecting him to be playing the McCree instead of Brick, but I mean, it makes sense. Decent time, though. I mean, definitely a beatable time here for FBI.
Yeah, definitely beatable, just in general. So, we are going to reverse sides here, going to the next round. FBI at 806. Metatrone now on the defense versus FBI. So we'll see just what Metatrone is going to show us on their defensive chops. I mean, this is a beatable time for FBI, but we'll see if they can actually move at the haste that they need to get through here. I think one thing, the biggest change we're going to see from the sort of death of the double orb comp is that, at least the apparent death, teams aren't running as much, is that it's difficult to get the really just crazy fast times without the offensive momentum that you can get from double orb just going absolutely crazy.
I mean, but you do see that it is possible. You just have to have the Zen go with you, and you have to rely heavily on your 2 DPS, which is probably the Tracer, or the Genji to do work, to go make sure the spawn kills happen, or at least hold them back long enough, and to make sure your Zenyatta doesn't die. As long as there's that trust between those 2 players, or the third if both flankers are going to go push forward, then I think it works, which is why IDD, QD, and we've seen Cloud9, Envy. I think those are the 2 North American teams that both pull off that meta very well. It feels like the Enigma team and TLO, because they don't have probably very, very strong Genji players, even though Enigma is an incredible Tracer, it's probably harder for them a little bit, especially when I watch TLO and knowing some of their TF2 kind of very quick background elements. They can't run that comp as well because they didn't have a dedicated Genji like how Sure4 has done since the beginning of time, and Enigma has done since the first beta. So they're able to run those, those much better than some of the other teams.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you really do need your specialists. Of course, you had Mendo on Genji, Pluppy on Genji, so on and so forth. But taking a look at the defense here for Metatrone, we got Starming on the Reinhardt, Mikey Plo on the Torbjorn, Serials on Lucio, Tak on Genji, Nostalgia on the Zenyatta, and Tsuyuki running things on the McCree. And we saw good stuff out of Tsuyuki in the last game, Slasher.
Yeah, they played real well. The McCree's played well. It does feel like both teams are... I mean, you can kind of tell these are not the top tier teams, just the way their positioning is, and the meta kind of feels like the first beta phase still, even though with the changes.
Yeah. So we got Tsuyuki creeping to the back, helping participate on those kills. Got 1 kill, did a lot of damage to the others. Now helping mop up. Reinhardt in a bad way, gonna get flanked out. And All Mental going to be the last one to go down. Space Frog Lucio trying to live, going to get chased down by both Tak and Tsuyuki. And a good first wipe coming out from the side of Metatrone here as Tsuyuki able to take out Brick. Brick sort of chaining deaths.
Yeah, Metatrone only lost 2 players, and they're going to be able to get back before the offense and get all their spawns together. So as bad as good of a defense as you can get, and Tak is sitting above spawn just waiting. This could be very bad.
Yeah, Tak been playing pretty good as Genji here. Has Clock in his sights. I don't think Clock even realizes he's there. Clock just running forward. Shuriken's coming in the back. He landed, I think, enough to rush in, but he's just gonna go in off the dash. Could Dragon Blade at aim up, but might not even need to, as 2 players are already down for the FBI side. Lucio again dropped a Sound Bearer, but it was really rushed because he already lost multiple people. I don't think you want to drop Sound Bearer in that situation.
No, I would say wasted ult. Still pretty good hold though. And I think Tak will be able to get back to the fight. Both those guys will be able to get back for offense.
Yeah, the offense right now just a little bit in shambles for FBI right now. Time remaining, already 2 minutes have gone off the clock. Fixing the timer to reflect that since it froze. This has just been a day of everything breaking tech-wise, but taking a look here at the offense of FBI as it comes up. FBI trying to get in. We do have an Earthshock coming down from Zoc. Zoc charging in off that. 2 kills now for FBI. FBI working on changing things up here. Lee in the back as Reaper. The Resurrect going to bring up some of the fallen heroes. In they come.
3 kills.
The Death Blossom off from Lee. Lee only get 1 from that though. Got knocked back. And defense might be holding strong here for Metatrone. We're going to see.
It's really close. 2 players from Metatrone in the back, not pushing the cart. They might flank around, but because they were trying to flank around,
Oh, Rafa with the barrage, not even fooling around with Tsuyuki there, says, okay, you know what, I'm just going to bring out the barrage. We're not going to deal with this. And Rafa, 2 extra kills now for the FBI side, putting the team on his back as he moves forward. 3 players from Metatrone are back. Metatrone is going to, or Rafa is going to take out the Zenyatta of Metatrone. Moving forward, getting on the Reinhardt. Down goes Reinhardt. Multiple kills for the FBI side, and they're going to move forward here and very likely cap this point.
Yeah, that all started with a nice play from 0-4 with the Earth Shatter just to get inside the choke. They won that initial battle. Then with the Mercy Res, they cut off 2 players from behind, and they were able to win that whole point.
Yep, so taking a look here from Zok. Rushing in, has the Reinhardt ultimate Earthshatter on point here, waiting for the other team to engage. And right now, this is pretty much there where the defense will give up a decent amount of space as they come in, and then usually engage right as they get to this next archway.
Cloud is hiding, waiting for Brick.
Yep, here we go. Speed in from the defense comes in from Metatrone. 2 kills for them so far. Rafa, though, over the top does get at least 1 kill there. Looking for the barrage. Barrage comes down from Rafa. Might be a little bit late, though. He got the ult mid-fight. Got 2 kills off it, though. Meanwhile, Tack with the Dragon Blade able to slice and dice multiple people down. I think Rafa might be the last one standing here, and he's going to reflect a rocket to his own face. But, yeah, good defense coming out from Metatrone on that push.
Nothing better than getting Genji down to 10 health and getting the rocket reflected directly at you for 100.
That's one of those things where it's just like, man, Genji, why you do this? So we do have the offense of FBI coming back in here. Zok drops the Earth Shatter. Don't know if he connected with too much there. Tsuyuki already with a quick kill on Brick, and Tsuyuki with a great triple kill. He's going to go down to Rafa in the end, but the damage already done. Rafa now having to fight an entire team with Li in a 2v6. I don't think this is really a favorable, and down goes Rafa. Serials with the boop to the face. Going to be enough to take him out. And Brick now just respawning, but again, a great play coming out from Tsuyuki.
Yeah, we get to see a team change or comp change from FBI. Just willing to be, you know, very strict in what they. This is probably what they practice. They don't have a lot of experience having a lot of meta right now.
We do have the defensive sound barrier coming up. Tack is able to kill Doc. 65 now in favor of Metatrone. Brick right now waiting for his opportunity. Is able to take out Zenyatta. Down 2 people though for his teammates. And then comes Milky with the great 3-person Death Blossom. Just going to mop that up. Milk on the brain. His name. It's actually Mickey Plow, but I think his name in Skype is Milky, so it's really just throwing me for them.
Let's call him Milky. Plow that milk.
Plow the milk. Already, though, FBI's offense already reset. They're coming back in. Rafa is in over the top, looking for his one. They're going to have Barrage up very soon. Just needs to hit the rocket or 2 to charge Barrage up. Earth Shatter comes down from the offense. Tsuyuki, though, able to take out Brick. Defensive Transcendence is out there, going deep in. We have the Genji Dragon Blade coming out. Tsuyuki with a great Deadeye. Rafa not getting the high noon alert in time. Tack coming in, going to mop the rest of this up. And again, Sasha, we see Metatrone really handing it to FBI here in the Streets phase.
Yeah, I mean, right after I mentioned that they weren't going to switch anything up, Clock actually went from Mercy to Winston. Hasn't exactly helped. I don't even know if that's the best decision here to be made. Now you have only 1 heal in Elemental, and he doesn't have Brick down right now, and they're having a tough time.
Yeah, and time-wise, they only have about 2 minutes left to get through the Streets phase and get all the way to 10, so time slowly slipping away. We do have Rafa coming in. Justice raining from above, picks up 2 kills, gets a triple in the end, is going to go down to Tsuyuki. So, honestly, from what I've seen so far of the 2 teams, Rafa's been doing his best to try and carry the FBI side, but Tsuyuki has been very, very good on the Metatron side, and most of their big plays have come off the back of Tsuyuki thus far.
Yeah, you're pretty much right. Tack also with some great play.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to get this point. They're going to have to. They need to win this fight right here.
Yeah, and they are doing that. Zaki able to take out Starming, Reinhardt v Reinhardt. They're moving in. Rafa versus Tack right now, going back and forth. We'll see if he's able to take him out. Genji spam from the back, not always the most favorable pair. Break able to get the double kill though, and as a result, they're moving in. Again, get the checkpoint.
Yeah, they barely get the checkpoint, but how much time do they have left?
How much? They have about a minute left, so it's still possible, but they're going to have to move incredibly fast to get through here. But hey, momentum is still on their side. Leave with the double kill here. Taking a look at Tack trying to take out Lucio. Not able to do it. Now as a monkey in his face, going to deflect. Run back to his team, but it might be too late. He's going to go down to Li. So a little bit of a last gasp coming out from FBI here as they desperately try and get to that point in time. 39 seconds remain.
39 seconds. They got to have 3 on the cart the whole time. They have to pretty much team wipe right now and have 3 on the cart the entire time.
Yeah, if that's going to happen, I think it's going to come off the hammer of Zoc here. Zoc needs to land a good Earth Shatter to set this up. Zoc is looking for that Earth Shatter. Brick able to take out Milky there. Nest takes out Brick, so 5v5. Earth Shatter from the defense comes out instead from Starming. Going to set up 2 kills from Nest. And that is going to be GG. You are absolutely correct. So, there you have it. First game between these 2 teams. Metatrone going to take it, but FBI made it close.
Yeah, FBI did make it close. You know, they got through that final point after they, you know, they did make a little bit of a change. It worked for that 1 point, but not able to bring it home. And North America's Quake hopefuls now down 1-0.
Yep, so GG's being called. And then map 2, that will be the choice of FBI here. They have their option of the 3 remaining maps. I believe it's either Nambani or Li Jiang.
Okay, it would not surprise me to see Li Jiang. I've always felt like the King of the Hill maps help the teams who are maybe a little less coordinated in their payload pushes. The payload maps definitely feel like, of all the game modes, the most requirement of team coordination and strategy, where King of the Hill, having some deathmatch skill and some aim, I think gets you a little bit further in that mode.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it wouldn't also be unprecedented as far as the Quake teams go. I mean, I look back at some of the matches we've seen from Quake Fortress. Quake Fortress, when possible, they like taking people to King of the Hill, so this is another team with some Quake greats. I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring it there as well.
I think that's a very good example of what happened. Even the games in the 5th, 6th Invitational yesterday between TLO and Prime, TLO, the only map they lost was the King of the Hill map, which is kind of weird. But because they were very prepared on payload maps. So I think some teams are going to be able to do them very well, but I've seen even in scrims, a lot of teams want to practice these King of the Hill maps because they feel that they're a little bit weaker.
Yeah, it's right now the way the map drafting is, even though there's some teams that have said we want payload and only payload, the reality is that as the tournaments are handled right now, you do have to be prepared to play on King of the Hill maps. So at this point, it's like, okay, you have to be prepared in some form or fashion. And for those who are just tuning in, that was map number 1 in our round of 16. Metatrone striking first blood against FBI. This is GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly North American Cup, brought to you by Rocket, DX Racer, G2A, and Matcherino. And on the Matcherino point note, type !Matcherino in chat. You can get to our Matcherino page, donate $1 for free using code GGNA9. If you wish to donate more, it is all in your power. All the money goes directly to players who are eternally grateful for your support. Right now, weighing to see what the next map will be. It looks like Zoc saying Tower.
Doesn't surprise me, based on the conversation we just had. I think this gives them the best chance of winning. Especially because all the other teams who've been playing for a little while, they've also been practicing the payload maps the most, I would think. So going to King of the Hill, I think this is the right move to make if they want to make this to a 3rd map.
Yeah, definitely. King of the Hill. And it's just one of those things where it favors more raw DMing a little bit more. Not only that, but it's also, not to say you don't see Reinhardt's on King of the Hill, but you can flank and deal with sort of the more standard tank push play a little bit more. King of the Hill is more open, just more open than just, standard DM style gameplay. Yeah,
I do expect to see, wouldn't surprise me to see Farah again on these maps. It feels like Farah is pretty decent on King of the Hill maps, especially this one, knocking people off the edge. Of course, seeing all types of highlights to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially on Li Jiang, where that's actually one of the reasons why teams didn't like playing Li Jiang in the beginning, is that people really did not like getting knocked off the ledges. But I think, I'm not gonna say players have warmed up to it, but they've definitely learned to work around it and use it to their advantage.
I also did see FBI scrim double Reaper, double Winston, double Lucio on the King of the Hill map, so that wouldn't surprise me either, as that's something that they've been trying out. I really know next to nothing about the Metronome team and what they've been playing, what they've been skirming, so it's hard for me to offer much analysis.
Yeah, Metatrone, I don't know too much about them either, but they came out looking reasonably strong, at least in their matchup versus FPIs, so we'll see how they go on the tournament today, or if they're even to win Li Jiang here. Oh, they're asking for already. So, It's one of those things that caster, it's like, ah, they thought of us. A lot of times it's like we're just going anyways. Caster is an afterthought. But we are getting into Li Jiang Tower. This is going to be map number 2 of our best of 3 set, Metatrone versus FBI.
Now arriving at Li Jiang Tower.
Pulling for a third map here.
Yeah, let's see a third round. Third round on King of the Hill and a third map. That would be the dream if there was one early on. We've been getting more best of 3 or our best of 3s going to 3 in the round of 16 recently, so I can't help but feel like that's a generally good sign overall. Now, of course, some tournaments will have 2-0s across the board. It's kind of interesting. At one hand, you have variation in games like Overwatch from the FPS side, but you also see that even small differences in skill can really allow a team to consistently beat another team. So, it goes both ways, I suppose.
Yeah, totally right. See, I'm hesitant to call anything based on the initial picks because it could always be people trolling. But I do have to say, I think this looks legit on both sides. I know Rafa has been playing a ton of Roadhog in pubs, and 0-4 has been playing a lot of Tracer. So they're gonna actually try, and you know, a pretty similar alteration of the.
I wonder, is this a legit comp coming out from Metatrone, though? The Metatrone. 3 Winstons, 3 Lucio. Wait, and a Bastion?
It's real. I don't know. It's not a lot of damage.
This is madness.
We'll
3 Winstons and a Bastion. I don't even know right now. Oh my goodness. No, get the triple boot. Takes out 3 people at the knockoff. My goodness. I was looking at Bastion for the plays, but Lucio clearly wanted the play. Says this is a 5, now a full team wipe in favor of Metatrone off that Lucio bump off the edge. I don't even know what to say, Slasher.
See how they are not tilted. Yeah,
I mean, that's
tilted. They immediately go into a change, and it is pretty similar to what they were running, except they're having double Zarya instead of double Winston.
Wait, Bastion's going into turret mode here. This is 160, takes out all mental. Bastion has 1 kill so far, he has 2 kills. Double kills for the Bastion, can he make it 3? No, he's gonna have to reload, get into recon mode, but the Bastion has done his job. 3 kills so far, he was well supported by the Winston shields.
Actually.
And that's interesting.
Yeah. Because there's, I mean, we all joke about what if we have 3 or 4 Winstons, and we all time the cooldowns so that we have a shield pretty much forever.
Yeah,
and,
we have a shield. Yeah, that definitely happened. So we have Winston shields coming back down. That's kind of interesting. All the Winston shields protecting the Bastion. Is this a thing? I don't know. We do have Primal Rage coming out from 1 Winston. We're gonna have more Primal Rages coming out soon. Bastion is able to take out Clockwork. Has tank mode at the ready. Death Blossom coming out from Li. Li trying to make the most of this, but Nostalgia, 2 kills so far. Rotan Surge coming out. He is moving into tank mode. Was a little bit pulled by the Zarya ult, but look at this. Gonna take out a Brick. This is Bastion going absolutely ham here. He's gotten 4 of the 6 kills in this fight.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, or what they're doing, or...
all I know is that, knowing Twitch chat, once it gets to this point, the delay is going to be full of Mr. Destructoids. The time of beat boop has arrived.
And it feels like this is the right decision comp to break this with Double Reaper to go after the,
look at this, 2 defensive sound barriers coming up, and as a side note, those sound barriers stacked, that gives people temporary like 1,000 HP, and a triple kill by Bastion! Oh my goodness! What am I watching right now? FBI about to lose round 1 in a very spectacular, unseen fashion.
Anesthesia? I'm not sure.
I'm reading it as nostalgia, but
nostalgia. You're definitely right.
Nostalgia. I mean, also I think it's a French name too, so I could just be like putting my English biases on top of it. But my goodness, I don't think any part of FBI was expecting that team comp here.
No, and they're gonna keep going, I think, with it, because why would you not? It works so well. I mean, FBI is gonna go back to their original plan, which is a slight alteration of, you know.
Actually, I got PM'd by Milky saying he liked this compo, smiley face. I mean, I would be lying if I said anything yes, but there's no more Bastion. There's now a Pharah. I no longer like this comp.
No,
I take everything back.
Yeah, I actually, kind of make as much sense now. And
3 kills for FBI, or 4 kills very quickly. Clock and Zoc going absolutely off. And Clock and Zoc, that's actually kind of sing-songing. But Rafa with some good hooks to follow up as Roadhog. That's going to lead to a quick cap for FBI. So FBI, they might be tilted, but they're definitely focusing their tilt into something beneficial here.
Yeah, quick change from the Euros. They go to definitely a more standard comp. To kind of be seen on the King of the Hill maps.
Yep. Oh, and look at that, Rafa with the hook. I'm not sure he's gonna kill the Mercy outright there, but I do love Roadhog able to pull people in the pits on this map. It's honestly pretty effective.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the comp that FBI is running and that IDQD has ran several times work on this portion of the map very well. We've seen Torbjorn also work here. Tracer has a very good time in being able to leap across the water and get to the checkpoint to keep the time going.
So we have 4 kills now for FBI. They're able, group effort from all sides there. Nice GL, good Roadhog play. And this is now has Metatrone a bit on the ropes. 40% now for FBI, and they look like they're locked in right now.
Yeah, FBI definitely locked in. Clock has his teleporter ready to go.
Oh no, I think Tack just hooked Rafa to his death. Suzuki coming in. Commentator's curse in action. This is 4 kills for Metatrone as they walk in off that early hook onto Rafa. They're moving in and they're just going to clean out the middle with ease after that early pick. And now their percentage is starting to move up. So yeah, I just feel like I cursed FBI there.
Huge team white. Supports have their ults though, and especially for Metatrone.
Yep, we see Suzuki looking for that knockoff kill, not gonna get. Offensive sound barrier coming out now from FBI. Defensive sound barrier coming out as well, so Suzuki shooting back on the fair, moving in, able to take out Zoc with the long-range rocket. Now getting in there as well, Barrage coming down, Justice raining from the floor. 2 more kills for Suzuki. Rafa able to clean it up though, so Rafa is still alive, still hanging in there on Roadhog, and FBI is starting to push in.
Yeah, Rafa did a very good job of staying alive, but no one took out the Mercy to get the res off before dying. Might be enough to hold the point.
Yeah, Li able to, he had a good work off the Dragon Blade, killed multiple people, but the res really working to keeping Metatrone back in this as we see FBI just fighting for their tournament life here. If they lose this round, that is it. They lose the map, they lose the set. So they need to make something happen here. Both teams trading off kills. Genji still in the fray, trying to take out Tack. Roadhog able to full heal himself though. So a little bit back and forth from both teams. Sound Barrier comes down, Rafa takes out Tack. Serial's on the clock. Is an absolute brawl here between both teams. Both teams getting their kills, and Li though starting to go off. 2 kills for Li right now. Can he make it 3? Gets the triple kill, and Li going to put the team on his back as FBI reclaims the middle.
Yeah, Weethel and Rafa did a great job the last minute or so, staying alive in that back room when they lost that last team fight, which lost them that point, and then being able to come in with the rest of the team off spawn and retake. So very nice time. Now Clock is finally able to get down the teleporter, and that should get them right back into it if they're able to lose one major team fight at the end.
Yep, so offense for Metatrone setting back up again. Here we have Nostalgia now on the Mei. So Mei switch up. We haven't seen too much of Mei since she got nerfed again, but we'll see what happens here. The Earth Shatter is down for the offense there. Moving in off that. No kills just yet. Meanwhile, Li with the Dragon Blade. Li in the back looking to slice and dice, trying to get on the fair and not able to land the second shot. Suzuki running for his life regardless though. Suzuki may not be able to live here. He's going to go down. Zoc and Clock landing their shots, and Metatrone going to get pushed out here. And we are going to round 3.
Nope.
Or maybe. No.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think they're going to be able to.
No. I do have to say, I don't know if this is intended or not, but as we watch it again, Reinhardt has, and whatever mechanic is happening, is missing pinning characters all the time now. People are flying everywhere, and
that's been known complaint since the last patch. I think people are saying that the pin algorithm or whatever got bugged, where there's times where things that would have been pins in the past aren't getting pinned, so it is hurting Reinhardt's effectiveness to some extent. I mean, sometimes a knockback can be pretty good too, but obviously if you can get an auto kill pin, that's a little bit better.
I mean, yeah, so. No, even in that last fight, Starmine got Rafa. Rafa was the only player that he got, with Earth Shatter, and he rushed him, and Rafa flew, and then Rafa was able to get the hook off, kill him before he died. And that was definitely very helpful in the team fight. If he stays alive, Rafa's dead, who knows if they're able to win that.
We have the bashing coming back out. It's not supported by a bunch of Winstons, but Nostalgia back on that Bastion, so interesting stuff here. We have double Reaper, though, coming out from FBI, and I kind of like FBI's comp a little bit better here, at least in the beginning. Reaper really, really strong in point 3 Li Jiang. Look at this, though. Suzuki and Milky with a double kill, starting this out. Suzuki coming in. 3 kills so far for the Metatrone side. They're pushing out the FBI team. Reapers are left. Li able to get at least a kill on Suzuki towards the end, but this is definitely fair. Metatrone
Bastion was able to get on top, and this is now a problem. Because, you know, realistically, you don't want that to happen. You want to get that top crown, and that's kind of where you have to control. You either have to control that, or you have to control the 200 health in the back and the entire outside area. It's kind of easier to control the inside room when you have top advantage. You let Bastion get on top, and now you have to deal with that before you can even approach. And now this, FBI knows they have to deal with that.
Yeah, FBI is coming up the back. Suzuki able to take out Li. Rafa and Brick able to get 2 kills there. So in favor of FBI so far, and Bastion being hyper aggro, drops in with the sentry mode, able to take out Zoc, but the rest of this is still going way in favor of FBI. Kill feed very much blue right now as they move in. Streaming Starming, one of the last few people on the point, is going to go down here. Meanwhile, Bastion coming in, looking to get some work done, is going to get flashbang taken out. Tak, though, with the Death Blossom, trying to save this, gets 2 kills, is Tak. Tak's on the point with the triple kill. Wow.
And just clocked out, gets a 4th, and he saves the point single-handedly with the Death Blossom, and the 5th.
Yeah, Tak definitely making some work there, happen as Reaper. And this is such a good Reaper map. I mean, everything about it's close quarters. There's lots of places for him to jump down. Good places for him to run and get help.
That was FBI's point. They did everything they needed to. They got rid of the Bastion on top. They ran the point with people split up. And it was just Tak to kill. He comes in behind, 2 kills, and 2 more, takes the point back.
We have the Sound Barrier coming up, but they used Sound Barrier pretty early there. I don't know if it was just because they were worried about the Bastion or what, but Bastion is going to go down. Tak, though, able to take out Zoc, so 5v5 as FBI taking a roundabout route. Sound Barriers are out again for both teams. We'll see both teams down 4v4. Suzuki coming in is able to get the kill onto Brick. Down goes Suzuki, though, so overall, this is in favor of FBI. They're going to stay alive, and now if they wish to move on in this tournament, or at least force a map 3, they're going to need to hold this all the way to the end to win Li Jiang and force Nambani.
Now the only saving grace is because it's not 99, it won't immediately win. They will need 1 tick before, but this is going to have to be a very strong hold. No ults, so pretty even across the board.
Yep, Zoc able to take out Nostalgia here. Rafa on the kill on the Tak. Suzuki still alive, takes out Zoc. Still in favor of FBI here, but we'll see if Metatrone can turn it to their favor. Always difficult to run in when down players because you can just snowball deaths, chain it, and slow down your offense by that much more. And take a look at Suzuki. Suzuki not backing up, actually looking to flank here. Trying to take out Lucio, misses a bunch of shots. Might regret that in the end. Misses the flashbang as well. He's going to have to back out. In fact, Rafa says, no, you're not getting another chance as he takes him out.
Yeah, FBI with a strong hold. I mean, I like the Bastion choice in the beginning. Not sure how helpful it's going to be now, though, to take back the point. All you have to do is take the point, and there we go. He switches to Hanzo. I mean, all you need is 1 tick. You don't need to sit there and hold for a while.
But FBI bringing this back, about to hit 60% here. We do see the offense of Metatrone about to be rolling back out. We'll see if that Hanzo can use simple geometry to his
5
credit.
on 6 now.
Yeah, oh my goodness, the Death Blossom comes in. That is going to be a full wipe in favor of Metatrone and potentially a game. But look at this, Li coming in with the Death Blossom of his own, turning it back around to some extent. He's going to go down, though. Brick now trying to shoot the Hanzo through the Reinhardt shield. Might not be the most effective. And now Metatrone
still on the point. The red has not captured it yet. Almental still trying to stay alive, not able to.
The cap is coming up, and here comes Rafa. Rafa, the hero, perhaps, with the Death Blossom, gets a double kill with the aid of Zoc. They're moving in. Wow, so it is in overtime. They did get the full cap. They can't get off the point at any point. In comes Li as well, off of Rafa dying, trying to keep this in progress. Wraithform on the point, and they're going to retake this, so a little bit harrowing there, but we see FBI able to hold on, and now they are a mere 10% away, but they're not fully set up, and the full remainder of the Metatrone team is coming in.
Yeah, it's super close. Li and Brick trying to hold it down. They were able to retake the point.
96%. They need force overtime now for Metatrone. The Reinhardt needs to get on top of the point. He is on top of the point. 99%, 9%. A defensive sound barrier is out from FBI. Nast able to take out Brick, though. Here comes Suzuki with the Deadeye. Deadeye takes out Rafa. That's a big pick. In comes Suzuki, looking to be the hero here, if possible. Rafa, though, gets brought back up, is able to...
Ooh, 2 kills. Oh, a huge Junkrat though kills 2.
Yeah, the Junkrat tire doing work. Meanwhile, Milky on top of the point. Goes for the hook, not able to land it just yet. Brick still alive. Brick going down though. The Starming, I don't know.
Rapa's gonna try to hold out. Rapa cannot die here and try to stay alive as long as possible.
Yeah, and this is where you're just gonna see FBI coming in, chaining on the point. They have to keep overtime no matter what. Rafa though able to get a kill, making it happen here as they stay in. Death Blossom comes out. He goes down to Tsuyuki, however. Tsuyuki back on the point. This is absolutely
2 now on the point. Oh, another huge kill, another Hanzo arrow. Brick comes in, just one-on-one. Brick has to deal with.
This is absolutely crazy. Both teams are just chaining deaths on top of here. In comes Zoc. The Tracers are coming out because they want to get back into the point in time. And Tracer now, perhaps one last hope. So this is sort of a
stay alive on the point. Let the team come in. They do.
Yep. And this is where Metatrone is really, you know, chaining the deaths of FBI, but FBI still making it happen. We have Divas coming out for both sides. We have Tracers. This is pandemonium.
In, no kills with the Death Blossom though. A huge dragon through the middle of the point.
That dragon comes in. Death Blossom
FBI
comes
needs to get kills right now. FBI needs to get kills or it's going to be over.
Yeah, so, Starming able to take out Brick. Starming takes out Clock. Just W Mouse wanting to death here. Lilo able to take out Nos.
They need more. Not enough kills, and FBI coming out. They're gonna.
We have a pulse bomb coming up from Rafa here in a second. Rafa hanging on here. Pulse bomb out.
Oh, he gets
down goes Rafa. Overtime about to run out. Is Brick gonna get there in time? No! Brick does not get there in time. So, unfortunately for FBI going to go down 2-0 the Metatrone, but they made Metatrone work for it on Li Jiang, if nothing else.
Play of the game.
Wow.
Yep, they did some great
is this the boop?
At the end from it has to be for beginning.
Wow. Oh, do you get the Tracer here too?
Yeah,
no. You don't need to get the Tracer when you get the triple boop.
Nostalgia's arrows at the end, 2 sick kills. The Dragons gave a lot of space to try to get onto the point. Great play by them to win that in overtime.
Definitely. So Metatrone going to move on here in our GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly North American Cup. Let's see who they're going to be facing. Take a quick look at the brackets. And for those who are wondering, Hex had serious internet issues here today. That is why you see a tombstone here, and Slasher graciously filling in. So, taking a look here.
Gotta give it up to Tack, though, for that one Death Blossom in the middle of the point, and then the 2 kills right after. If FBI takes it at during that fight, they probably win out that round, and we're going to a 3rd map. But his individual play wins in that team fight and prolongs it into the overtime that we saw. Huge plays by him overall in that game.
Definitely. So we're going to move on into our round of 8. It is going to be Cloud9 versus Metatrone, and we'll be bringing that to you in just a moment. But we're going to be taking a short break before we get into that. This is the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly North American Cup. I'm ZP, that's Slasher filling in for Hex, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Stay tuned.